everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a very long time. I've decided to come back to YouTube with a new mindset. It's going to be a mixture of everything beauty related, lifestyle related. I've started doing nails. A whole lot has happened since the last time I spoke to you. So I've started off with applying my moisturiser, the Too Faced Hangover X replenishing face prime, and I'm also going to use the e.l.f. poreless putty primer. So this just fills in all your pores, so you've got any large pores. So I've wet my sponge and this is what it looks like. It's like just a normal beauty sponge, but it's got loads of like divots in it. So also my favourite foundation at the minute it's the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation. I absolutely love this stuff. It is so good. It just looks like your skin, but a better version of your skin. And just start dabbing away. So first thoughts of this sponge. One, it's not big enough. But apart from that, it seems to be pushing my foundation really nicely into the skin. So I'm going to continue doing that, and then I'll come back to you when I'm finished and I'm happy with my base. Done a lovely job of blending. Excuse me face because I do look very ghostly, but I promise you, once I have all the rest of my makeup on, I will not look this ghostly. It's just what works for me. It's actually darker than my foundation, but hey-ho. So in the normal areas where I want to lighten up and brighten up, again I'm going to use a sponge, and I'm going to leave my eyes until last, and you'll see why. If you've used this concealer, you know it's an absolute dream. It just a couple of taps and it is done. So what you want to do is, before I start blending this in, I know it won't dry because obviously I use it all of the time, so I know what kind of concealer it is. I am going to use the Too Faced translucent powder. So it's in the lid, that's probably far too much, but we'll just roll with it. Then what I'm going to do is, this is another firm favourite of mine recently, and it's the Makeup Setting Spray by Lacura. It is absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend all of my concealer in like I normally do. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some setting spray on my hand, and then I'm going to use my ring finger, dab some on this eye, ring finger, dab some, so I'll have them on both eyes, and all I do is I just pat the setting spray under my eyes until it doesn't feel wet anymore. It doesn't matter if it feels sticky. Just honestly, you've got to trust the process, so you just keep doing it until it's all dry, then you go in with your powder. You can do one eye at a time, whatever, it's completely up to you. But what I like to do is I like to pull a weird face. I will actually do one eye first, so it wouldn't take my time. So when I've blended my concealer out, what I like to do is I like to do that. So it pulls all of my skin down. So I keep my hair like that. Get the setting spray, and then use my ring finger and just dab that in. You want to just keep dabbing and dabbing and dabbing. It does take a few seconds, so just be patient. So I'm just going to keep dabbing. And the reason I use my ring finger is because I know it has a light touch. Now already that looks a million times better than that eye. So you can either pat it a couple of times and leave it to dry, or you can just keep patting it until it's dry. It doesn't really make any difference. Or if you had a handheld fan, you could have a fan and just... So now I'm going to take my little concealer brush. I think this is just from... Yeah, this is from Primark, just a little concealer brush. So I get my powder, tap off the excess and just go in like I normally would. Just press it in. Don't be rubbing it, because then it would have been pointless what we're actually trying to achieve. So I wish I wasn't going anywhere, because I would show you the difference, I really would. But what I'm going to do is go out and blend this under. Let's feel this eye. Yep, it's tacky, so it's ready to go in with the powder. So again, get your powder and press it. Press, 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 press. You don't want no swiping. You don't want to be really rough. And then I'm just gonna use the excess for me top lid. So then when you're finished, what you can do is I just take a bigger powder brush like this. Any brush will do, and you want to wipe away the excess, because obviously if you keep too much powder under there, then that's defying everything we're trying to do. So I'm just gonna have a quick little look here. Yep, my under eyes are looking great. So this sponge, it's all right, it's not great, I've tried better. It is quite good how it's got these little divots, so it can get right into your under eye. I would actually just use this as an under eye use this as an under eye sponge rather than for your whole face. If you've got a very large face like I have, then this is no good, but apart from that, it does the job, so that's going in my drawer. So when I've done that, what I'm going to do is, everything's dried down, everything's tacky, I'm going to take my large face brush and just pat the rest of my face with the setting powder. And this is what I do as well. I don't swill, I always pat, and I found that it sinks into the skin, sinks into your pores, and just creates a seal so your makeup doesn't move. So once I'm happy with my base, I'm just going to quickly go off camera and do my eyebrows, and I'll be right back. So again, I've changed my highlighter routine. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to go in with the Lottie Lundy Shimmer Squad, and it is the Faced Gold one. And all I do is I just pop a tiny bit on my cheekbone. Not too much, just a little bit, just to make it pop, and then again on my nose, and always above my cupid's bow. And I also like to do a pop in my inner corner, just to make it look a bit more awake, and under my brows, just to give it a more awake appearance. No worse than looking dead. So then what I like to do is, I like to take my bronzer, and like always, I'm going to take my favourite stippling brush. So I'm going to take the Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer in the shade Medium Deep, and all I do is stamp out my cheekbones. Using tiny swirl motions, really light touches, and then I bring that up. Like so, and then do the other side. It's always more difficult to do your left side, isn't it? contour a bit of my forehead because it's so large. And just blending that in, and then a little bit on the end of my nose, a little bit under my lip, a little bit on my jawline, just to make it look a little bit more thin. Not that it's going to help a lot, but you know, we'll roll with it. Right under my chin, and then where my jawline is. There you go, see? So then what I like to do is, once this is all buffed and blended together, I like to take quite a fluffy brush. Then a lot of you are going to think, ooh, what are you doing? This is just what I do. I'm not telling you to do it, but I've gone off blush, I really have. So what I like to do is, in any highlighter, if they cater for darker skin tones, this is great. So I just take the darkest shade in the highlighter. I have a couple of little taps like that, tap off the excess. Then what I like to do is use this for blusher, for bronzer. And I think it just gives a lovely, pretty effect. It's barely noticeable, but I know I've done it, so I like to sweep it on my cheeks. I like to sweep it across my nose. And I like to sweep it over where I've done my bronzer. I just love the effect it gives. So I'm going to stick a little bit lip liner on. That looks so weird on camera. So I'm just going to blend it out a bit more. It's a beauty of fluffy brushes. Then what I'm going to take is my favourite lip pencil. It's a number 7 precision lip pencil, and it is in the shade nude. So what I like to do is I like to, this is what I like to do. I just like to outline my lips. Not overlay my lips, I don't like that anymore. And then I've been really loving this LA Colours lip, what's it actually called? It's a high sheen lipstick. I couldn't tell you what colour it is. Oh, it's called Snuggle. This has been my favourite one recently. It's ideal for the autumn. It just brings my whole look together, and obviously I don't have to wear mascara because obviously I have eyelash extensions. And then I'm going to finish the look off with the Lacura makeup setting spray. Take my silly sponge off. Make my hair look at least reasonable. So there you are, guys. This is a finished look. I'm going to get some better lighting and show you better and try and get a bit more up and close, but this is the final look. So here you are, guys. This is better. It's in more natural lighting. Still not great, but it is natural lighting. I keep looking over there, I don't know why I'm looking over there. It's in natural lighting. So if you did like the video, please give the video a like. Also, I like to see and hear your comments down below. Don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any more of my videos. And I'd really love it if you could subscribe. That would make my absolute day. Please stay tuned for more videos from me. Bye.